Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In the first, I will address my colleagues' thanks to the team of MENA 3 for the organization of this event. It was fruitful and interesting week. And we present fabrication and falsification. We will talk about those two terms. The participants are Tara, Ihsan, and me, Fuad, Yunus, and Leila. With the facilitators, Fatma and Lida. This part is a workshop and can be expanded to be a part of course, whole course. So, in the beginning, we will describe and designing the model. At the start, this model includes teaching, which deal with content, participants, facilitators, and technology. And the methods used are pre- and post-assessments using technology and active learning. 3 facilitators, which will analyze what the audience understands. The outline of this module is explain the terms of these terms and the consequence of the fabrication and falsification. And second, it includes activities which are formative and summative assessment. We target the audience, we target two kind of audience, undergraduate and graduate students, which they are, of course, the future researchers and decision makers in the institutions. The goal of this module is to learn about the fabrication and falsification. The student will learn about the falsification, will add a knowledge about the falsification and fabrication in research work. 2 objectives we aim to be the participant who will be able to acquire it. First, the participant will be able to explain the terms of fabrication and falsification. Second, to recognize the consequences of fabrication and falsification, the data. For now the base of the knowledge of the audience, we hope to begin with a pre-assessment. The pre-assessment is a story which after we can fix the level of knowledge about the subject we introduce of the audience. In this story, a biology student could not attend the lab last week. He decided to create his own result without conducting the experiment. Then he submitted the lab report to facilitator with created data. Has this student fabricated data?
No.
Has this student fabricated data or falsified data or fabricated and falsified data, or the students did not doing any of it? What do you think? I hope to use the clicker to choose one of the 4 points.
One left.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, 27, I think is the number of
We voted 2.
One left.
Ah,
Will you pass it in?
Okay.
okay. Okay. We show after your vote, we show that 48 of you choose the first one, that the student fabricated data. And equal percentage choose 48 falsified data, falsified data, and 3% choose number 3, A and B, fabrication and falsification. But every one of you suspect that student did not do it, do something not good. Okay, and this no one of you choose the fourth point.
No.
Okay, now. Now, after I get your feedback about the subject, the base of knowledge about the subject for me, I will begin to, on the light of this feedback, I will begin to define exactly what we mean about fabrication, falsification of data. So, according to the U.S. Office of Scientific Technology Policy, fabrication is making up data or results. Data did not existed before, and it's made by the research. This includes imagining data on the basis of good knowledge and mastering software, generating data or statistical results to support conclusions which we hold in our TED before. And according to the U.S. Office of Science and Technology Policy, also the same agency, the falsification is manipulating research materials, equipment, processes, changing, omitting data or results such as that the research is not accurately represented in the research record. The data that do existed, but we playing with these data. And this may include altering the research results and lying about the samples or data in order to improve the quality of these results. And which I come to present to you is a research misconduct. Falsification and fabrication is really a serious form of academic misconduct and can be devastating. It can lead to damage the reputation, loss of time, fund, materials, etc., suspension or expulsion from institutions, And at this point, individuals, institutions, and even entire research field can suffer grievous setbacks through instances like fabrication and falsification. And Ivan Orensky is a medical journalist and editors in the Scientific Americans and the Scientist. He talked about 500 or 600 of falsification and fabricated reports per year. So it's existed. And two concrete assessment will be presented to describe this subject, which I come to speak about, and Leila will present these two assessments. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Then to explain more what means fabrication.
Leila, speak up.
To explain more what means fabrication, let's see a study of plant biotechnology study. There is an example of genetic diversity analysis of plants. So in this kind of study, students must be extract DNA, then analyze DNA by molecular markers as amplified fragment length polymorphism, and then do his electrophoresis. This takes about 1 week or 1.5 weeks, and then he makes this data his data analysis, which take about 1 month and almost. So the aim is to convert an electrophoresis shape to a presence-absence matrix. You have this in case 2. You have the sheet. Case 2. You can see it. Case 2 fabrication. See the matrix. Matrix is just 0 or 1. 0 for absence and 1 for presence. And imagine if the student has to do more than 500 samples. It will take a lot of time. So the student not do no extraction, no IFK analysis, no electrophoresis, no gel. He just fabricates a matrix of 0 and 1, import it to his software, and do statistical analysis, classification, coordinate space analysis, and he done his result. Okay? The second case is the falsification, which you have in the case 1 of the sheet. In the same way, data analysis of genetic diversity, we use it to prove that there is correlation between genetic similarity and geographical distances. But look at the result. You have it in the sheet. It's not very nice. Fields are shown as colors. Each color is a field. So the purple field must be here, and the green one must be here.
No correlation in this case.
No correlation. Really, there is no correlation. So the student the values in the table, and all is good. There is correlation between genetic distances and geographical distances. And then Yunus will demonstrate you the pre-assessment.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, before this brief explanation about fabrication and falsification terms, we need to know something about the consequences of this misconduct act. So, in this second assessment, we work with the groups. We have 2 minutes to do the work. So each group needs to discuss, and before we answer to questions, what are the consequences of this act? Each group will give us 1 keyword, one keyword, and you have two minutes to do it.
What do you think about the consequences of these 2?
Opinion, please. Yes.
You said in your presentation. You said in your presentation that fabrication.
One keyword to answer to the questions. What are the consequences of this act? Each group give us 1 keyword. Yes. First group.
No more grant.
Second group. No more. Yes?
Termination of step.
Termination of sanction. Last group.
Okay, 2 minutes.
So, in relation with these words, we say that there is 3 categories of consequences. They are ethical, financial, and educational. An ethical, like risk factor for the future career of the students, damage the reputation of the institution. Financial, as abuse of the institution resources, like financial resources, material, and educational. Students will fail the courses, or graduate students will be fired from the institution. Now we go about with Sarah for the post-assessment.
As my colleagues mentioned about the terms fabrication and falsification, we're going to leave the one message very obvious to our students and for the participate about the results, about what exactly means falsification and fabrication. So we designed a scenario about a chemistry student was asked to measure the protein concentration of white cells, blood cells, and they could not get the nice curve, that's mean linear graph. So he played around with the data to get a good result. So do you think this is, first of all, fabrication or falsification? And we want you to talk about the consequences. So the end of our presentation, we're going to leave this message by, is it important to understand the fabrication and falsification? Yes, and then we're going to have this assignment for our students in the future or the participant. So we summarize the presentation with this assignment. Thank you so much.